Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. This is part 2. I'm going to try to get more of these out every day and make them really short. Instead of like 12 minutes, make them like 15. So today I just want to talk about this chord thing that I came across the other day, and basically it was interesting because I wanted this so here's like earlier in it. I'm just going to start here. Oh, this is Ableton, by the way. It's different than Logic, which I used before. Basically what I want is da 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 da, but I wanted that second one to sound like it was still rising up into that C sharp, or let me make sure. So yeah, D, C sharp, but I needed to have that C sharp hold out again. To you, but I wanted this here too, so I wanted the chord to change to, because I like that movement. But for some reason, it didn't sound as good as I wanted it. And after like 30 minutes of tinkering, I came up with this. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So what is the difference between this one and this one? So in this one, I actually have an F sharp higher than that, and it goes down to the E. Oh, hold on one sec. I gotta quit Skype. All right, sorry about that. Alright, so why does this sound better than this? Let's listen to this one again. Alright, so we still have it going up, but instead of just the G to the A, we have a B to a C sharp, which is what this roll was before, the D to the C sharp. But now we're actually holding that off. So before it was D, 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 C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. But I'm actually holding that off, and I'm having a B here go up to the C sharp. So it still has that held it still has that held sound where it sounds like one note. It sounds like it's the same, but the chord rises up. And the reason why it sounds better is because instead of doing it with this, before I was rising up with this low third, or this chord tone that isn't as like important, I guess. Whereas with this one, I'm actually rising up with the more important notes, with not just the G and the A, but also a B to a C sharp instead of holding the C. Because before this was here, so I mean that still sounds nice actually. Let me play that. But it doesn't have as much movement as when it's down here, because this holds for the first time, but you hear the downward movement from here to here, which is the top note, which you associate with the melody the most because it's the highest. You have downward movement from here to here and from here to here, and then the upward movement, yes, is B to C sharp, G to A, just like before, but instead of it's an octave up instead of an octave down, and down here you have another B to C sharp. So let's just compare them again. There's actually, you know what really bothers me is there's actually these notes you don't even hear. They're washed out by these notes. Like you might as well just mute these. Yeah, the other one sounds so much better. And then the rest of it sounds better too. So yeah, the lesson I'm trying to say with this is when you're making chords, make sure that you if you're not, all right, this is the main lesson. There is an infinite amount of possibilities, and when you think of a melody in your head or chords in your head, if it doesn't sound as good as it does in your head, you're doing it wrong. Because there isn't if it exists in your head, it can exist on the in real life. So when I heard this one, I was like, okay, this does not sound as good as I want it to. like I had the idea of it going down and then having the chords stay the same while some notes rose up. But for some reason, it wasn't sticking, so I messed with it. I experimented. I changed everything in here, and 25, 30 minutes later, I basically rebuilt it, and it's you can't, without looking at it, you don't know what the difference is, but it still sounds better. Like even if I took this out, because this is kind of cheating because I'm adding a layer. Even if I take this out, like it still would sound better. So now the highest note is a D on here, and the highest note on here is a D. So you can't use the excuse that the only reason this sounds better is because it has a higher third. Like it's still gonna sound better. Oh, whoops. Like that still sounds better than this. It still sounds better because I think it's because there's more movement and that beat of the C sharp pulls it up more. And now that the focus is on the right here, now that the focus is on the F sharp to E, that's what's being held instead of the C sharp being held, which is I guess the reason why is because F sharp to E sounds better in this key signature or something. But I got the general idea across. I made it better. It sounds better in every way, and I like it more. So yeah, that's the end of this tutorial. This song's gonna come out. I'm releasing an album. That's gonna take a while because I'm not super satisfied with the artwork yet, but it's gonna come out, and then this is gonna be super pretty. I'll just play a little bit of this now, just because. Why not? Yeah, it's gonna be so awesome. I'm getting a singer on this. It's gonna be hot. All right, peace out, guys. And thanks to Mike Collins for inspiring me to do these again. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on this more often. All right, peace.